welcome to Amplifying Girls' Voices podcast, where we talk about all exciting things. My name is Kimberly Malima, and I'm your host for today's podcast, and I'm with my co-hosts,
Patisa.
So today we are talking about green skills, and I'm sure you've all heard the word green skills, and we want to find out more what it is about. And we have our guest for today. Yes, may you please introduce yourself?
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sinqobile Ndlovu Tematema. I'm the founder of a social enterprise, okuthiwa WEZESHA Industries. I'm a young person as well, with some gray hairs popping almost.
See you.
But I'm a young person who is passionate about green skills. Not that because I have a background in terms of education when it comes to environmental science or anything, but I am someone who is naturally curious, who naturally, when I see a problem, I want to come up with innovative solutions to that problem. So throughout my life, I've been part of projects that have initiated a lot of environmental related and sustainability related projects in my local community. And because of that, I have been recognized nationally and internationally. So just to introduce and show what green skills actually open opportunities.
Okay, that's quite a lot. So we wanted to find out exactly what are green skills beyond what you do. You can tell us what you do as an organization and also cover what green skills are. I'm sure a lot of young people would like to know that.
Very much so, very much so. So the minute you say green skills, a lot of people, what comes to mind is sustainable farming practices. Ngoba
Yeah.
uthi green, abantu sebecabanga imbida, cabbage, you know. But green skills, yes, they include sustainable farming practices or sustainable agriculture practices, but it's much more than that. Ama green skills, knowledge, ngama capabilities, ama competencies that help us as a society move down the path of sustainable development. So it's knowledge and skills on how industries can operate whilst observing our sustainable development parameters, can you say? Yes.
Okay, so have green skills always been there, or is something that is new? And if it's something that is new, why green skills now?
That's an interesting question. I remember years back. So, also, my background is in marketing, where I was working for private sector companies. And I once had an opportunity to work for an environmental consultancy here in Bulawayo. And I think my work there really introduced me a lot to the whole work that's under environmental management and conservation. And I remember at some point many years ago, someone engaging in a debate on are green skills a new thing? Is it a new phenomenon or into endala? And we're talking about how with Dala we used to use cloth-based nappies for babies.
Yes.
In Katesi, we have Pampers. And, I think as societies develop, we are finding new ways, better ways to not only improve the quality of our lives, but to have as less of an impact, of a negative impact on the environment. So it's not about Uguti, is it a new phenomenon? I think it's an ongoing conversation that has always been there, where in a community, you always have this group of people who always want to ask and improve on our impact on the environment.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. So as we evolve, there are new certain practices that are developing. So how do green skills as a whole link with S.R.H.R? Is there a link between that?
Definitely. I actually believe green skills form a very instrumental part of our everyday lives. From a decision yoguti in kaya, in our homes, let's use energy efficient bulbs, let's move from using electric stoves to using LPG gas, for cooking. I think from that very basic level, they are part of our everyday lives. And one thing that hits our everyday life that is crucial, particularly for young people, is issues relating to S.R.H.R, our sexual and reproductive health rights. The link between green skills and S.R.H.R is that, if, for example, as a young person, I do not have a source of income, angila ndlela that I'm making money for myself, it leaves me vulnerable, whether in relationships that I enter into, vulnerable to be taking orders maybe from the next person, and maybe taking orders and making decisions that negatively affect my own body. So first and foremost, as a young person, if you don't have a source of income, even if you have access to knowledge on S.R.H.R, it can be difficult for you to put that information to use, to be empowered to put it to use. So in terms of how we then, as young people, make money in order for us to be financially empowered to be able to make decisions that are good for ourselves and our bodies, there are many ways that we can make money. There are illegal ways. There are legal ways, but today obviously we're focusing on legal ways of making money. And under these legal ways of making money, there are ways that we can legally make money that damage our environment. And there are ways that we can make money but that protect our environment. For example, if I start a business as a young person, selling firewood, I'm chopping down trees, I'm making money. Yes. And with that money, I can make positive S.R.H.R choices, but imali lei is damaging the environment. Yes. So the link with green skills is not only do they open up opportunities for young people to make money, but to make money in a responsible way that serves the society and serves our environment and empowers them to make positive decisions around their bodies.
Okay, so from what I'm getting from you is that green skills also touch on youth economic empowerment, which then takes away the interdependence that young people have on the next person, usually their romantic partner, that puts them in vulnerable positions where they can't even negotiate for safer sex and other sexual rights. So what I want to know is that if a young person who is interested in green skills would like to know more or maybe partake in some of the activities that you do, maybe may you kindly list what you do in your organization or how they can get a hold of you?
Oh, okay. Yes, very much so. So like I mentioned at the beginning, I am the founder and director of a social enterprise that is called WEZESHA Industries. So WEZESHA is a Kiswahili word that means to empower. We are a social enterprise that is working in the green economy space. Umsebenzi wethu omnengi is in recycling, where as a company we recycle plastic waste, specifically what we call PET kind of plastic. Like outside a few minutes ago, we snatched up drinks and water. So the kind of plastic that comes with that packaging, the plastic bottles. So we recycle that and we make sweeping brooms from that plastic. We also make decorative cushions from that plastic. Also, as a company, we recycle paper waste and metal waste. And we use this to make different products. From decorative lamps, decorative lampshades, to mirrors, a lot of decorative items. And we also run community programs, including schools recycling competition, just to raise awareness in a fun way around sustainable development, environmental conservation, and recycling. So as a company, besides making these products through recycling and upcycling, we also offer trainings to anyone, whether a young person or even grown-ups, who want to start a business, but who want to make sure that this business does not damage the environment. So, there is a misconception, okay, if I want to do ama-trainings WEZESHA, I have to be passionate about the environment. It's not just about we are working with people who go around hugging trees, to put it. But incorporating green skills can actually help you cut costs. It can help you to start a project or a business that stands apart, go market. Think of someone who sells tomatoes. Nowadays, because emsebenza ayikho, a lot of people resort to vending, right?
Yes.
Angila lutho lokuyenza, what can I do with the little income or capital that I have? And a lot of people will opt for vending. But then if everyone becomes a tomato vendor, ngubani ozathenga from omunye?
No.
Yeah.
But green skills is the kind of knowledge and skills ukuthi ubekwazi ukuthi okay, itamatisi leli sonke singathengisa itamatisi, which means awasokathenwe wonke, amanye azabola. Amatamatisi lawana angabola sagcina siwalahlile. But how can I process this tomato into tomato powder, into tomato sauce, into tomato paste? So it's the kind of knowledge and skills that can set you apart in an environment, in a marketplace. And I would also say, as young people looking for employment, it's the kind of skills that can set you apart, even udinga umsebenzi. Ama companies are looking for ways to cut costs. They are looking for ways to have an extra edge from their competition. And a lot of companies, a lot of industries, they are now starting to incorporate what we call sustainable production practices. So ngaba ngumuntu ololwazi ukuthi vele ama-green skills kuyini, i-green entrepreneurship kuyini, ubekwazi ukuthi what green design looks like in the construction industry. Ku-green energy space ungabi ngumuntu lwana ophomba ukuba kwazi ukuthi i-green energy sikhuluma ngama-solar panel kuphela. But ubekwazi ukuthi i-geothermal, something to do with igasi ephuma emhlabeni, can be harnessed to generate energy. Umoya wona lo wind can be used to make energy. Kinetic movement can be used to make to generate energy. Just having that energy sets you apart, because even in workspaces you come on the table with a certain level of knowledge that not every other person has. So we also offer AMA trainings, from soft skills trainings on what we call green entrepreneurship or green hustlerpreneurship. These days kugcwele ama-hustlers.
Yes.
Xa siqalisa ama-business vele sonke sihle singene as ama-hustlers. And as iWEZESHA, what we believe is the traditional way of teaching people how to start businesses is no longer enough. Not just in Zimbabwe because of maybe our unstable environment. I don't think instability is unique to us as Zimbabwe. Ungahamba in other countries, you find ukuthi labo balama instabilities abo. So as iWEZESHA, we believe ukuthi the traditional way of teaching entrepreneurship is no longer enough. So as a social enterprise, we incorporate aspects or appreciation on how the good aspects of hustling and the strong aspects of entrepreneurship and the opportunities under green skills, and we package that together, and we have AMA trainings that we call green hustlerpreneurship trainings. AMA trainings lawa don't focus on ukutshona sihleze eklasini sifunda what is climate change, what are the what. No, it's an approach to teaching entrepreneurship that focuses on real life experiences, that focuses on linking people with ama market sector players. So siyabesenza a range of ama activities, silinka le ama private sector companies, silinka lo hulumende, ama government ministries. As young people, we should be knowing and knocking on the doors of some of these ministries, especially a Ministry of Environment, but they have a lot of support that they have to offer to young people. But abantu abaningi, they don't know that. And a lot of courses that teach entrepreneurship don't actually take you to the door of these stakeholders for you to actually access what they have. Yes. And we also handhold AMA trainees to then launch AMA ventures abo in the fastest way possible. So sinjengalabana abathengisa umuthi wamagundwane lamawo obulala khonapho.
Yeah. So I heard you talking about decorative cushions, and Patisa here is into fashion. She's
Okay.
a creative, so
Wow.
I think you can collaborate and maybe share information on how to do it the sustainable way. But I think everyone was listening, and people now have an idea of what green skills are. And if you're a hustler, you have an idea of how to incorporate green skills into your business so that you can be unique and just be different from everyone else. But please do not go anywhere, because we have a second segment with another guest. And ladies and gentlemen, see you after the break.
Hi fam, welcome back to the second segment of our podcast where we are talking all things green skills. So I am Pati Sankosi and I have my co-host with me, Kimberly.
Hi, Pam. My name is Kimberly.
And we have with us our lovely guest. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. Please.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. My name is Tanaka Mahaso. I am a green entrepreneur, S.R.H.R, health advocate. I also am a disability inclusion advocate.
Oh, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, it is. I have many codes. It is.
So please tell us about your green skills journey, how it all started, and please, we just want to hear.
All right. My green skills journey started when I started partaking in a project called My Body, My Future. I was introduced to the partners that are implementing the project, and one of the partners that are implementing it, which is WEZESHA Industries, that's where it all began. So I've learned quite a lot. I've attended many sessions and training hosted by the WEZESHA Industries, and I can safely say I've gained more insight on green business. Then currently I am running 2 gardens that I've managed to start from scratch and being able to improve with the knowledge that I got from attending the sessions. One is in Makwekwe and one is in Mbundani.
Okay, so for someone maybe who has a space in their backyard, a young person who has a space in their backyard, what would you then say to them if they want to start a garden? Like, what are the do's and don'ts when we're now taking into consideration the green skills and the information that you have on that?
I would safely say no matter ukuthi ispace singanani, akula space ekuthiwa sincane or sikhulu asinje. That small area that you have in your heart, you can do something impactful about it. You can start your own small garden, and trust me, the benefits that you get from that garden, they are a lot, so you can always engage with us, and we give you sessions, and we equip you with knowledge ukuthi ingadi mele ibe njani, umhlabathi ube njani, and whether your area has availability of water or not.
Okay, I personally would like to start my own garden next year. I first want to be, mentally equipped for it. But then I keep on asking myself, Uti, with the issue of water that we have, how then do we best deal with that? How do I go on to have my garden? Where will I get the water?
I think when it comes to water issue, it depends on location. Like I know in some locations, water comes once a week or twice a week, some monthly, and in other areas we are so lucky because we have boreholes. And I stay near a White City Stadium. So a White City Stadium, there are taps whereby if you can just go there and fill water, akula limit, you can just go with your containers, no matter mangaki, amadrum mangaki, akubaleleki. So Tina, it's what we do. Lapha engihlala khona eMakwekwe, we just look for a truck and then we fill in our drums, then we go there. Amanzi lana ayasilasta for 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, so what I'm getting is that as a young person, you honestly don't have an excuse to start a business, because right now we are talking about the issue of water rationing, which is a cause of concern. But then you see someone who is staying in the same area where there is the same water challenges, and they have a plan to do that. So now my question is, how has that empowered you as a young person, maybe financially or in any type of way? How is that?
Definitely, agula excuse, when you want to start a business, that is if you are serious about it. Agula excuse, you just have to find a solution to a problem. Because in every problem, there is a solution. So, mina, through the sessions, it has empowered me a lot because honestly speaking, ispace is khona ka but ngangingela, but through ama sessions that I've attended with WEZESHA, I've obtained a lot of information. Karisi, the vegetables engiwalime ekhaya, I'm getting income from it. Ngiyazenzela ngezandla. I do not have to like cry about there is no employment or maybe to wait for ama workshop. Since these days we are facing ama budget funding cuts, I don't necessarily have to cry about that because I've learned how to empower myself. And then I'm also privileged to got ama skills from WEZESHA Industries, which made me to apply for a youth climate action fund from the Bulawayo City Council.
Yes.
And the good news is I won that grant.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
congratulations.
Congratulations! That's
Thank you. So
huge.
the project, I'm not doing it alone. I'm with a team.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what kind of project would you be implementing? Is it farming? Is it something else?
So the project that we are implementing is called Adopt a Tree project. So we are targeting to plant 250 seedlings. We chose two locations, which is Country Park and Pumla South. So this project, we will be planting these seedlings, but we are targeting the locals around there to adopt the seedlings so that they take care of them, they nurture them. That's the project that we are doing.
Okay. So, from what I'm hearing is that you're also engaging other stakeholders in your communities. And one thing that I've noticed is that when you give people a platform or you give them a space to feel included in something, they will do it wholeheartedly. And imagine someone in Country Park knowing that he or she has a tree there and it's their responsibility. It teaches them something about taking care of the environment and how to give back to the community as a whole. So I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, we are engaging local authorities like religious sectors. We are also engaging the junior parliamentary. So yeah, we want the stakeholders to adopt even this initiative, so that it has an impact not only for the now but for the future coming generation.
And also, the community will be equipped about climate change and get to understand Uguti is not just a tree. It provides a lot.
Yeah, definitely. That's our target. We are also our aim is to teach youth about issues that have to do with environment, climate, because we are actually addressing climate change. We are addressing climate change issues.
Okay, so I heard you talk about engaging the junior parliamentarians. It's always interesting to see young people being incorporated in this type of ideas. If you have not maybe considered it, maybe you can also try reaching out to the Bulawayo Junior City Council, since you're working with the Bulawayo City Council, so that we can have a wider reach of young people who are then empowering other young people out there.
So, in your whatever you've been doing with Green Skills, how then do you incorporate, how do you link that with S.R.H.R and disability inclusion? How have you managed to do that so far?
Okay, when we are speaking about green skills in linkage to S.R.H.R and linkage to disability inclusion, so green skills, we are offering a way in which people are able to make informed decisions, and opportunities come from green skills. You are able to empower yourself. So when it comes to S.R.H.R, you are also in a space where you can engage for safer sex, because you are financially empowered. You know how to make better decisions with your partner. Then when it comes to disability inclusion, this project that we are currently implementing, we are also targeting people that are living with disabilities or people with disabilities. We try to include everyone. I myself, I have albinism, so a component of disability inclusion is there, and I was so fortunate to be the one leading this project that we are implementing.
Okay. So I think for each and every young person out there with a disability who feels like they cannot engage in green skills or do any other project because of their disability, they have to look up to you because you have done it and you are showing them that it's actually possible. And how do they then, maybe if they have the same programs, how do they reach out to you?
Thank you so much. I would like to say that for peers like me, people abalama disability but besesaba to partake in programs and stuff, I'm always there, to offer counseling. I'm also a counselor, and I'm very good in listening to people's problems and giving them like a way forward. So I'm always available to attend to people's problems. Some I even counsel online, then some on physical, civilly. So I can share my contact details. They are able to get in touch with me.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So I think that today was very exciting.
Definitely, we got to learn a lot. A lot was unpacked.
So what can you say to a young person out there, like just to motivate them?
My last words for motivation to my fellow peer youths out there, whenever you get an opportunity, make sure you apply for it, and the resources and the findings that you get out there, please make use of it. And if you are passionate about something, make sure you do a research and follow up, and if you have a dream, pursue it. Those are my last words.
Wise.
And what can we get from you, our fashion designer?
Next year, I'm having my own garden.
Yes.
And my own brand.
Wow.
We see you and we'll be there for it next year.
Yes.
So to you who is watching our podcast, if you have an idea, you can share it on our comment section. We will also share WEZESHA's contact details on our comment section so that you can talk to them if you have an idea on how you can incorporate green skills on your hustle. So this is it from us. Take care of your environment and it will take care of you.
Yes.
So bye.